I'm going to talk to you about data structure. So we're recrafting this. Now it's not going to be called data quality in the future. It's going to be called data structure. So what we'd like to do in terms of data structure is to explore what we can do to ensure that our data is fully aligned to the problems that we're trying to solve in the future. And those problems in the future are going to be different to those problems we're solving today, because if we can start to predict some of this stuff in the future, then we've got more predictive questions that we're going to be asking. So what we're trying to do conceptually is to get everybody sort of working to an agreed set of data standards and definitions, but that is unrealistic and we know that. So in terms of the aspirations, how far can we push it? And I think that's a question that we're trying to ask the workstream. So what can we do to bring some commonality? So what we need to do as well is we need to be integrating data right across the supply chain. So it's not just inside of an organization, it's looking end to end. And that's where the magic starts to happen. If we collectively want to leverage data on risk, we need a lot of data. But the problem is everybody manages risk slightly differently. We all describe risk differently. We don't always track it through into issues, and we don't always understand the cost impact of those risks materializing. If we can start to look at this and start to change some of our approaches so we can sort of close down that gap, that's where we can then start to do some really cool analytics. So data structure, so it's not just about data quality, it's about data structure and the way we join data together. And in terms of data, it's looking at its completeness, it's looking at the taxonomies as well. So data structure itself could be quite a dry topic. The problem is, if we don't address this topic, we're going to struggle to start to integrate some of this data. So that data will remain siloed and we won't have the data volumes to drive the high-end insights. So the starting point to drive this forward is to create the case for change. So what is the business case to invest effort in driving this improvement? But the problem is we can't launch into the business case until we're able to characterize where we are today. So what we're going to be doing is to conduct a survey whilst in parallel driving forward a data audit. So what that data audit is going to do, it's going to take some of the data that has been put into the hackathon and we'll assess the compliance between that data and the problem statements that we're trying to answer. So what we're going to try and do is to use those insights to then characterize and evidence the case for change. So those are our immediate priorities. As we start to grow this understanding, we'll be reaching out to understand what other work is in train and what we need to do to align our work to those aligned sort of initiatives. And there's things going on in places like the Centre for Digital Built Britain, etc. Once we've done that, they can then move into the detail, and that's the detail of taxonomies, ontologies, and data dictionaries. All of those collectively enable us to structure our data. Once we've done that, we can then develop the methodology to assure data, including developing some hack challenges so we can start to automate some of these assurance activities. And that starts to provide forensic insights then and enables us to assess in real time the completeness and the accuracy of some of our data. It's a very big and bold vision and it's got an iterative approach, so please get involved. And in terms of this work stream, we could do with some more horsepower as well. So please reach out, and if you'd like to get involved, please contact me.